Well, hey there, YouTube. Welcome back to another voice teacher reaction video. Today, I'm going to do Holy Diver Ronnie James Dio. But first, I'm going to make sure my microphone's on. Yes, it is indeed on. That's a good thing. Well, I think it's a good thing anyway. I totally love Dio. Quick story, and then I'll get into the song. My buddy Claude Schnell was keyboard player for Ronnie James Dio back in this day. And I met Claude because he's a fantastic songwriter and unbelievable keyboardist. And back, I think it was in the early 90s. He was starting to do his own thing. He was out of Dio at that time. He was starting to do his own thing, and he was auditioning a bunch of singers. And I would work with all the singers that he got, and that's how he and I became good friends. And then the rest is history. We became friends after that, and of course, I got married and had a kid, and we completely lost touch. So I haven't talked to him in a few years. But anyway, that's just a little bit of an aside. And I met Ronnie James Dio at the NAMM show, and Claude and I went back in the 90s sometime, which was pretty awesome. And a little interesting thing that Claude told me about Ronnie James Dio is that he didn't have a whole lot of aloha for vocal coaches. I don't think that he thought that they were worth much. And, you know, you sing like Ronnie James Dio, what the heck do you need with a vocal coach? Probably they're just going to screw you up, right? I mean, I've known many that did that, not on purpose. Nobody ever sets out to not do good work, I don't think. But anyway, there was a lot of not so good work being done when I was coming up in the whole world of singing, and it's a lot better now, and you can all be grateful for that. And there are things like YouTube that help as well. You know, there are a lot of great vocal coaches on YouTube. But anyway, that's just a little bit of a short story about my brief connection with Ronnie James Dio through my buddy Claude. Anyway, I'm Mike Goodrich, and thank you so much for watching. And I'm creator of the Inner Singer podcast, the Inner Singer singing programs, and soon to be out now in the fall, the Inner Singer book. Indeed, writing it myself. Appropriate. But anyway, let's get into this. You know, I've got to honestly admit that even though I was good buddies with Claude, I never really listened to much Dio. As a matter of fact, I just showed my son a video of Dio the other day with Claude playing this unbelievable solo. I mean, he's a monster pianist. And he's playing this unbelievable solo that, you know, I didn't even realize back then how good he was, but I'd never seen him actually play with Dio. But the guy was a rock star. I mean, a serious rock star. So I was friends with a totally serious rock star that, had I known it, I might have treated Claude differently. I really might have. But I'm not sure. Anyway, let's get into this. This is going to be awesome. I mean, it's going to be awesome. Ronnie James Dio is going to be awesome. And we'll see if my reaction and any help that I can give you with regards to how to do what he does. Although, how to do what he does is not really my specialty. Getting into the high notes is my specialty. But man, this guy growls and rocks. And I mean, this guy is like the king. He is the king, as you will see. Here we go. This is just my little trick to avoid any copyright infringement, to pause the video often. Sorry to interrupt. It's 2 pauses and no singing yet. I just love the power he has on the hum on the G4. Gets a lot of power just on the hum. And it's, yeah. This guy rocks. No wonder he didn't have any need for a vocal coach or even give much of a heck about him, you know? I'm sure when he met me and Claude told him I was a vocal coach, he's like, yeah, big deal, whatever. No, but he was very gracious. Probably said it after I was gone. His eval is killer, isn't it? I mean, his eval is killer. On that C4. I just love, I mean, the guy's got so much strength and power. And keep in mind how unbelievably long these darn shows are and how much singing this guy had to do just in one show. And not to mention night after night after night after night, city after city after city. It's just like, it's crazy. You can see his strength, but you know he's clean. Oh, don't you see what I mean? Great vibrato. Gotta get away. Hold yeah. That's killer. That's really, really great. I know that there are plenty of people that can teach that growl and that rock thing. I'm not one of them. Don't come to me for that. It's not my thing. But don't even ask me for referrals. I used to say in some videos, like I did David Draymond is Disturbed, and I used to, say, yeah, contact me, and I got like a freaking myriad, and it was my own fault, of contacts of, who can you send me to? And it's like, I just can't do that anymore. It takes me too much time. So plenty of people on YouTube can do it. Check them out. Make sure they're good, because if you do that wrong, you're going to thrash yourself. And so you want to make sure you get somebody that really can teach you how to do it. I can teach you how to get up in the high register, and that's easy. But teaching you this rasp and all that, not my thing. So I don't pretend that it is. The other thing, he is such an unbelievably good performer. I mean, it's just crazy. He's got so much stage presence, so much charisma, so much. His movements on the stage, he is so in his body. You can tell that the great thing for him, I'm sure, was to just not even have to think about his voice. I mean, I have never had that luxury, honestly, as a singer. I have never had the luxury, except in moments of performing, when I wasn't thinking about, something with regards to my voice, because I was not a natural singer. I had to learn all this stuff, which makes me a really good teacher, because I had to learn almost everything, from power to head voice to vibrato to singing soft to high notes. I mean, I had to learn it all. I didn't roll out of bed one day and say, I think I'm going to sing because I'm so friggin' good. No. I mean, I was like, I want to sing, and it's the worst thing that I do. So I'll pick that. That's really good. And you know what? Eventually, I'm going to teach that. Sure, that was a plan. Not really. Kind of fell into it about 30 years ago. Totally love it. But this guy, I'm sure anybody that's watching this video already knows who Ronnie James Dio is, already has seen him a million times. But if you haven't, I mean, watch this guy's live performances, because they're really, they're pretty special. This guy's friggin' something else. That was nice, huh? That's a high C, by the way. He pops off with a beautiful eval, which is not a great, is a pretty good trick, a high C on an eval. Opera singers make a huge deal out of that. Isn't that weird? No, I know they're singing over 60 and 80 piece orchestras, and they're singing with no amplification, and all this, right? But there's an aria in Il Trovatore di Quella Pira that ends on a high C with the word allarmi. That's not how you say it in Italian, but allarmi is allarmi. I don't speak Italian. I've sung in Italian. I don't even know what I'm saying. But anyway, and there are many people that just, it goes from the G to the C. And many people just go, up an octave, you know. But the great ones actually say the word allarme, you know, obviously up an octave. But, you know, it's not the easiest thing to do sometimes for people to sing a really pure, great E vowel on a high C, you know. But for Ronnie James Dio, it's a walk in the park. Or a walk through medieval hell, or wherever he is. I don't know where he is.
You're the star of the masquerade. No need to look so afraid. Jump, jump, jump on the tiger. You feel it's hot, but you know he's leaving. Some night you never
Nice. And again, he goes into that, and you hear he's got a little bit of a heady quality in there. It's a great release in there. So it's not a pinched E vowel that he's squeezing up to the top. He's releasing into a little bit more of a heady mix, still strong and still edgy and still, but really pretty. There's a real beautiful quality to it, a real spinny vibrato, which is awesome. And I know sometimes he lets his vibrato slow down, you know, like on an A or a B flat, if he's really just kind of working it, you know, a little bit like Jeff Tate did in Queensryche, where he just kind of let it slow down a little bit. Appropriate for the music, you know. Sometimes it just is. Anyway, I bet this guy'd be a great actor. Well, I bet he would have been a great actor, which is, you know, that's left us way too soon. But anyway, let's go. I just noticed that I'm actually almost headbanging. You know, I can't help it. You know, I'm sitting here feeling myself doing that. I probably look ridiculous. Like, who the hell is this guy? Like, you know, but I'm actually really into the music. You know, those of you who don't know, and probably most of you don't care, but I used to play in rock bands years and years ago. I mean, that's kind of how I started, as a rock guitarist and a drummer. This is going back a number of years, actually. That's when I sang really badly, and I was not the singer in the band. I sang harmony, low harmony. Because as I said, I had no high notes, I had no mix, had no vibrato, had no control of my voice. But I could sort of hide in the background on a low harmony while I was playing guitar or drums. But I was a good drummer and a good guitarist. Anyway, let's get on. I want this guy's E vowels. I just want to be able to sing E vowels like that. They're so round and they're so beautiful, and they've got a balance of all the other colors of the other vowels that you need. They've got an oo and an I. They've got some roundness to them. It's never E. It's got E. It's got I. It's got oo. It's got It's got everything in it. You know, and what I'm saying about that is, and I do a whole video in a video series I'm going to suggest you get at the end of this, called The Magic of Vowels. But anyway, E-vowels are tough for people. E-vowels were always tough for me. You know, that was kind of my nemesis, was an E-vowel anywhere in the bridge to get any kind of strength and power in it without it squeezing down, or without going too heady on E, without going too much there, right? Very challenging. This guy does it, like I say, it's a cakewalk for him. It's just like so easy. It's another day at the beach. But if you think of vowels like, let's say, what do I have? What do I have that's a color? Here I have this. Chagall. It's a Chagall from the Met in New York. Thank you very much. Let's say you wanted to get, I don't know if you can see this on camera, what color it is. It's kind of an orange. Let's say you wanted to paint that orange, and you're an artist and you've got your palette of colors and you want that color. And so you start picking colors, right? That or sort of close to that, and you start looking and you start blending a number of colors to get that exact color you want. That's what you have to do with vowels. Now, I don't think he ever thought about that. I could be wrong. I may be shortchanging him, but I think that he was pretty natural at all this stuff. But for those of us that are not or weren't, then you need to think of a vowel like a color, and you think of the main vowel, which if I'm going to sing an E, which that's the main vowel, that's the dominant sound I want the audience to hear. But if it's just a raw E, it's going to be E, E, E. It's kind of boring, it's kind of pinched, it's kind of squeezed, it doesn't resonate right. The minute I add the proper colors to it, like let's say I add a little I. E. I just added a little I. See, the jaw dropped, the resonator opened a little bit, and all of a sudden it starts to get rounder. If I add a little ooh, E. See, all of a sudden it gets a little rounder, a little E, I, ooh, E. And if I sit it on an E, it gets a little stronger. I get a little more chord closure. So it's a real kind of an art and a science to master the vowels, and it is so much more important than people give it credit for. It's really the key to getting through your bridges and the key to getting to the high notes. So anyway, I just wanted to stop and say that because I don't want these videos just to be my reactions and, oh, it's so great. It's so, I mean, what the hell use does that do you? I mean, maybe it's entertaining. Maybe not. I don't know. But so I actually want to give you some value and let you know too. Anyway, let's go. I love the way he does that. Hey, gotta get away. Okay. After you watch this, I'm telling you, you got to YouTube. I would say Google, but you're on YouTube, so you want to YouTube. What you want to do is you YouTube Jack Black on Jamie Fallon singing "Holy Diver." My wife is just coming in. 1 second, sweetie. I'm actually making a video. I'll be right there. It's totally live, and I'm not going to edit that out. Why would I? Because it takes too much time. Anyway, seriously, he walks out and he sings the beginning of Holy Diver. You will be surprised how friggin' good that guy is. He is amazing. I love Jack Black. He's hilarious, and he's got an unbelievably great voice. But anyway, let's get back to Ronnie James Dio. What I think is especially amazing about that scene right there is you can't even see him singing. His mouth is totally closed. It's like a ventriloquist with this unbelievable sound coming out. And this is what I say. You don't have to open your mouth when you sing. I hope you know I'm kidding, okay? I hope you know that I know it's a music video. I know he's singing over it. I know he's acting right now, and he's not really singing, but I couldn't resist. This makes me feel like I can do that. I can't. If I number one, that's way higher than it appears to be. And if I did it, it's going to sound so ridiculous and so heady and so not that. But that, when I watch it, it makes me feel like I can do it. I can't. I got the notes. I can sing the notes. But not like that. That's too cool. Oh man, get out. Okay, wait a minute. Ooh. And the fade out. It's blasphemy to stop this any sooner than it ends. And I almost accidentally did that. Anyway, whoa. Well, with the exception of the interruption of my beautiful wife, which I think this went fairly well. Anyway, love Ronnie James Dio. It's I'll probably do more Dio because it's just so fun to watch, and he just Ronnie James Dio would be a great one to watch if you're not in a very good mood because it kind of gets you moving, gets you in your body, gets you headbanging, gets you out of yourself. It's awesome. But also watch that Jack Black thing. It's hilarious and great. I mean, the guy sings great. He can do this stuff. It's like, I don't know, crazy. Anyway, and Tenacious D. I should do a Tenacious D reaction because I love Tenacious D. They're awesome, But anyway, I'm getting away from myself. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. As I referred to that vowel video, the magic of vowels, go get my Singing Accelerator video series. It's free. It's awesome. There are 3 videos. It's an hour's worth of content. The vowel video has a downloadable PDF, and I walk you through everything I talked about, but in great detail. So I really, if you are a singer, and I know a lot of you people who watch these things are singers. Some of you aren't. Some of you watch for fun. That's totally cool. I love that you're here. But if you're a singer and you want some help, then get that video series. It's got a video called Singing in the Brain, which will help you up your game and up your voice. No matter, it'll help every part of your voice with an exercise I show you that's scientifically proven. It will help every part of your voice. And if you need more confidence, if you want to get rid of the negative self-talk and the sabotaging behavior for singing and all that, yes, you want this video. And a video on authentic performance for singers, which Ronnie James Dio clearly doesn't need. He doesn't need any of these things. I mean, you know, he would never have needed this stuff. But I did. I needed it all. That's why I created it. I only wish I'd had me back then. That would have been so awesome. But I wouldn't have listened to me. I know I wouldn't have listened to me. I was too headstrong. I just, you know, I wanted to do what I wanted to do, be what I wanted to be. And we see how that worked out, you know. Am I standing on stage as the most famous dramatic tenor of all time at the Metropolitan Opera? No, I'm sitting here in my outdoor studio making a YouTube video talking about Ronnie James Dio, who I never sang as well as. But I can do things I bet he couldn't. I'm not sure about that. Anyway, go get the video series and tune in next time. I have a great time, as you can tell. I know there's at least one person on the planet that enjoys my videos, and that's me. I enjoy doing it. So anyway, oh my God, stop the madness. Yeah. Okay, well, when you actually work privately with me, I'm serious. I'm more serious. I mean, I'm never serious. I taught at USC and I was not serious. I'm just serious serious is not my middle name. I love to have fun. And learning in a joyful environment is the absolute best way to learn. When I started teaching 30 years ago, and I was getting, I was worried about, if somebody liked the lesson. So I'd say, did you enjoy the lesson? And you can't believe how many people said, yeah, I did. You didn't make me cry. And I thought, wow, what the hell is going on out there? So hopefully in this video, I didn't make you cry. And we'll be back soon. See you later. Bye-bye.